Hello, my name is Anne, and I adopted two children that were born in Guatemala. The first one came home in the fall of 2001, and the second one came home in the fall of 2003. The reason why I chose to adopt my two children, the short answer is, of course, I couldn't have any biologically, but of course, to get to that particular point, I had done a whole lot of medical procedures. We tried in vitro fertilization, and finally we decided that what we wanted was a baby, not necessarily biologically, but just a child to love. And then the process went forth that should you adopt a child from the United States or should we go international? We chose to go international for a lot of very personal reasons, but mostly the agency we fell in love with, All God's Children, did international adoption. We were looking for an agency that treated the children as if they needed loving homes, we needed loving children, and that it was a match made in a God sort of way and not just here's a baby, they need a home, you need a kid, and here. It was much more of a longer process, matching, making sure that the children were really going to be in loving homes. And when we called them, we really weren't sure what country we wanted to go to, and they had just started the Guatemalan program. And they said, we've got these great infants, they're coming home about 6 months old, and I was ecstatic because, of course, usually international adoption, you think that a child would be at least a year, if not 18 months old. And so my children were both 4 months old when they came home, and that was perfect because I wanted as young as possible. And Guatemala obviously is not very far for us as far as traveling, and we were only required to stay in the country about 3 or 4 days once we picked our children up.